Have you ever wondered how humanity has battled epidemics and pandemics throughout history? Let's wind back the clock to the year 541, to the reign of Emperor Justinian in the Byzantine Empire. Here, we encounter the first recorded pandemic, known as the Plague of Justinian. It is believed to have originated from rats and fleas spreading across the empire like wildfire. This plague proved to be an unforgiving adversary. It didn't distinguish between the rich or the poor, the young or the old. It decimated indiscriminately. Cities were reduced to ghost towns as the living struggled to bury the dead. It's estimated that an astounding 25 million people lost their lives to this plague, a number so large it's hard to truly comprehend. This catastrophic event left the Byzantine Empire in tatters and significantly altered the course of history. And so it was, the first recorded pandemic set a grim precedent for what was to come. Fast forward to the 14th century, where the Black Death emerged as a horrifying chapter in human history. Born in the heartlands of Asia, the plague, also known as the Black Death, traveled along the Silk Road, finding its way to Europe on Genoese trading ships. The disease was caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which was carried by fleas that infested black rats. These rats were common stowaways on merchant vessels, hence the rapid spread of the disease across continents. The Black Death was a silent and swift killer, its symptoms appearing within days after infection. Victims would suffer from high fevers, aching limbs, and swollen lymph nodes, which would turn black due to internal bleeding, a gruesome signature of the disease. Unfortunately, the understanding of disease transmission was primitive at best during this era. Hence, the plague was often attributed to divine punishment or celestial alignment, leading to many misguided attempts at prevention and treatment. The Black Death rampaged through Europe from 1347 to 1351, wiping out a staggering 1/3 of the population. Entire villages were decimated and cities were turned into ghost towns. The scale of death was so vast that mass graves, known as plague pits, had to be dug to bury the countless bodies. The societal consequences of the Black Death were profound. With a significantly reduced population, labor became a scarce and valuable resource. This led to the rise of the working class and the decline of feudalism. It also spurred advancements in medicine as physicians sought to understand and combat the disease. Furthermore, the death and despair birthed a cultural movement known as the Danse Macabre, or Dance of Death, reflected in the arts and literature of the time. It served as a morbid reminder of life's fleeting nature and the ever-present specter of death. The Black Death, a merciless killer, forever altered the course of European history. The sheer scale of its devastation reshaped societies, economies, and cultures, leaving an indelible mark that still echoes in our world today. Moving on to the 20th century, we encounter the Spanish flu, a pandemic that swept across the globe during World War I. Unleashed in the final year of the Great War, the Spanish flu was a force to be reckoned with, an invisible enemy that knew no boundaries. It was a strain of H1N1 influenza, but unlike many viruses, it didn't discriminate based on age or health. In fact, it seemed to have a peculiar predilection for the young and healthy, turning the body's robust immune response against itself in a cruel twist of fate. In the span of just over a year, this relentless virus traversed the continents, carried by soldiers returning home from the war. It infiltrated cities and rural areas alike, leaving no corner of the world untouched. Estimates suggest that 1/3 of the world's population became infected, and the death toll is believed to range from 20 to 50 million, possibly even higher. The Spanish flu was not just a health crisis, it was a societal upheaval. Public life came to a grinding halt as schools, churches, and businesses shut their doors. Masks became a common sight, and quarantine measures were put in place. Yet amidst the fear and uncertainty, resilience shone through. Communities rallied together, providing care and support to the sick and bereaved. This pandemic also precipitated significant advancements in healthcare. It underscored the importance of public health measures, leading to greater investment in health infrastructure and research. The lessons learned from this devastating pandemic have informed our response to subsequent health crises, including the one we're currently navigating with COVID-19. The Spanish flu was a testament to the destructive power of disease, but also to the indomitable spirit of humanity. It was a time of great suffering, but also of profound learning and growth. The world was forever changed, societies were reshaped, and healthcare systems were revolutionized. The Spanish flu, a silent but deadly enemy, left an indelible mark on the world. Fast forward to our recent past, the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, an unprecedented global crisis. As we stepped into the year 2020, an invisible enemy began to sweep across the globe, the novel coronavirus, later named COVID-19. Originating from a seafood market in Wuhan, China, the virus quickly made its way across borders, turning bustling cities into ghost towns overnight. This pandemic, unlike any other, brought the entire world to a standstill. Flights were grounded, borders were closed, and people were confined to their homes. The virus didn't discriminate, attacking the rich and poor, young and old, healthy and infirm with equal ferocity. Nations worldwide found themselves grappling to contain this invisible threat. Healthcare systems were stretched beyond their limits, as doctors and nurses battled tirelessly on the front lines. Amidst the turmoil, the scientific community embarked on an urgent mission to understand this new adversary. Laboratories around the globe buzzed with activity as researchers raced against time to decode the virus's genetic makeup. Their efforts bore fruit, leading to the rapid development of vaccines and treatments. In record time, vaccines were rolled out, offering a glimmer of hope in these dark times. However, the journey wasn't smooth. The virus continued to mutate, spawning new variants that threatened to undermine our progress. Each mutation brought with it a new challenge, testing our resilience and adaptability. But through these trials, we learned invaluable lessons. We saw the importance of international cooperation in combating global crises. We realized the value of science and the necessity for robust healthcare systems. We witnessed the power of human resilience as people adapted to a new normal, finding innovative ways to connect, work, and live amidst the chaos. The COVID-19 pandemic served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder of our vulnerability in the face of nature's fury. It challenged our perceptions, altered our lifestyles, and changed the course of history. As we continue to battle this ongoing crisis, we find ourselves at a crucial juncture, shaping our present and carving out our future. The COVID-19 pandemic, a stark reminder of our vulnerability, continues to shape our present and future. Our journey through the history of pandemics reveals the resilience and determination of humankind. From the Black Death's devastation, through the Spanish flu's global grip, to our recent clash with COVID-19, we've witnessed the human spirit's tenacity in the face of adversity. These health crises have not only shaped our past, but continue to mold our present and future. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. Remember to subscribe for more captivating stories from the past. Stay safe, and together we shall triumph over any future challenges that may come our way.